The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, a lot to get to in sports over the long weekend, but let's start with Kenzie's picks. Now, if you weren't here on Friday, she made picks for Wildcard Weekend, for the NFL Wildcard Weekend.
Yeah.
Just off the, well, I don't know, how much detailed analysis did you do for these games? We told you the games, and you gave us the first thing in your head on why they're going to win the game.
Yeah.
And let's start. First off, let's hold
Is that what you're supposed to do?
Sometimes people will research, which cornerback matches up against the receiver better.
I think that you should just go with your gut.
Yeah.
On most things.
You
in
did.
life. You overthink it.
You went with your gut, and we'll give you your record here in a second, what you did over the weekend. But let's just go game to game. Let's do it that way.
Yeah.
So the first game was Browns at Texans. You picked Texans. Do you remember why?
Because Texas is really good at football.
And she was right. Texas is really good at football. Even though most of the guys on the team are really not from Texas.
I don't know. I was watching going, man, Kenzie's really onto something here.
Yeah,
This Texans team looks great.
She really did a good job.
You're welcome.
I really thought the Browns would probably pull that one off just emotion.
Thought so, too.
Yeah. You thought so, too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was right.
There you go. Kenzie was right. The next game up was Chiefs-Dolphins, which was only on Peacock. Thank God. My wife's sister was in town, 21-year-old sister. I stole her Peacock password so we could watch it, and it was great.
This is the worst outrage when the world is full of bad outrages. It was $5.99 or a 30-day free trial. Download the app and shut it. It's okay.
No, their case is wrong. I paid for the NFL ticket. They should just give me that game.
You don't get the playoff games on that. They're all on
Who
networks.
cares? I paid for the ticket. It's the NFL ticket. This was the NFL. I want that game, but I stole it anyway. I didn't steal it. It was legal. I got a legit password.
Okay.
Do you have Peacock, Kenzie?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you watch the game?
I think so. I don't really. There's so much football.
This was Dolphins at the Chiefs.
Yeah.
It was about 5 degrees, 5 below zero there. It was the fourth coldest football game in NFL history. And Kenzie, you picked the Chiefs?
Yep.
Do you remember why?
Because it's just kind of like they just love attention. It's like their thing right now.
And that's why they won the game.
And they won.
The Chiefs won the game, taking out
They're
the
highly
Dolphins.
motivated by attention.
Oh, it was great. So there you go. 2-0 on Saturday. It was wonderful. Okay, so on Sunday, they moved the Bills-Steelers game to Monday. We'll get to that in a second. But the biggest game, one of the biggest ones of the weekend, Packers at the Cowboys. You had a 7-seed Packers against the number 2 Cowboys. And who did you take? Remember?
Who'd they play again?
Packers, Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. So I said Packers because I don't like, I never want them to win, but they always do.
They always disappoint Chicagoans.
Yeah.
The Packers do. And that was the biggest spread as far as seeds. Cowboys, many people have been going to the Super Bowl and winning this year. Packers upset the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Embarrassingly, to the point where many people are going to lose their jobs later today. Many people are going to lose their jobs.
Should have listened to me.
Should have listened to you. So Kenzie's 3-0 on that one on Sunday.
By the way, you guys were fuming once I was starting to hit, once all these picks were accurate.
Yeah, and just so you know, Kenzie doesn't initiate the text thread over the weekends, but she did this weekend. 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, guys. Huh?
Because I don't get any credit.
You're getting credit certainly now.
Okay, what else?
Rams-Lions was Sunday night. Remember who you picked there?
I said the Lions because it's kind of their year.
Kind of their year.
Kind of their thing.
It is their year. This crushed case, wanting the Rams to win. But that was, what a game. Eminem was in the house.
Yeah.
And all the Swifties are upset that Eminem was shown on the screen and there was no outrage. He was shown, many, many times in a row as Eminem's here. And why is it when Taylor Swift gets shown, all the NFL fans go, oh, I'm tired of seeing Taylor Swift on the TV screen. But no one was tired of Eminem.
Because there's a bunch of guys who don't want to see Taylor Swift. It's really just...
Probably part of that.
Yeah.
Well, Case, the producer, also agrees with that stance that the Swifties had. And this morning we discussed it a little bit when he came in.
It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
Well, here's the deal. I don't think, even if you're annoyed, if the NFL is showing too much of Taylor Swift and that's annoying, that's fine. It's not her fault. She's not asking, they could just never show her.
That's
she
right.
doesn't need it. She doesn't need the attention. That's more of an NFL being annoying thing than her being annoying.
Yeah, so you shouldn't get... I just told Case, it's different because, first off, Eminem's not dating one of the players. Secondly...
Although,
That
how crazy would that be?
That you know of.
If Jared Goff and Eminem were secretly having an affair...
What if when he won the game, he walked off, he started making out with Eminem? His tongue is out before he gets to him. He goes, oh.
I bet you'd hear from the football fans that.
I bet the Swifties would back that. I bet they'd be
hell yeah.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Also, Eminem personifies Detroit, and this team hasn't won in 30 years, and it was kind of cool to see him. You don't see Eminem anymore. You don't
Right.
see him anywhere. And he was there.
You can. He's not that unaccessible. He's
I can't remember the last time I saw him.
I certainly don't ever see him in public places. Like, he does, his music's. He does music, but he's never just hanging out anywhere.
No, he's never just hanging out.
We saw his daughter at Lollapalooza. Do you remember that?
I do. I was telling Brian about that this morning.
What's the name of her podcast? Something Shady, right? Or something?
I think it's called Something Shady.
Of course it is.
Was it really called something Shady? It's something like that. And she was set up right near us, and I'm like, I want to go talk to her so bad, but she probably doesn't like.
She didn't look inviting.
No. And honestly, it was right after Paris Jackson. It just really, it really hurt my feelings. So.
See, you've got to go see things like Bradley Knowles' kid, like I did Friday, when he's very nice, and all these other people you're targeting are just not the most friendly people.
I get so I'm so team female, and I get so ready to like cheer for them, and then they're so mean, and it sucks.
Yeah, I wanted to get you that photo really bad with Eminem's daughter, but she had a bodyguard with her, and she wasn't exactly smiling.
No. I was like, she's really mad she's here.
Maybe this year I'll have another chance to reunite and do that again.
We'll see.
Here's where Kenzie's picks went to Rye. Steelers, Bills. This was also the biggest spread in like the Packers, Cowboys, a 7-2 seed. You took the
Steelers.
Yeah, and why'd you take the Steelers?
Because our boss is a Buffalo Bills fan, and most things don't go really great for him. And I just it's just very it's very him to be like devastated about football.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, of course.
No, I know exactly what
and
you mean.
It's also the nature of Bills fans to be disappointed. And they weren't yesterday. They moved that game because of snow, so the Bills beat the Steelers. So Kenzie is 4-1 at this point. And the last game was the Eagles-Buccaneers last night. And you remember who you took?
I chose the Eagles.
Because?
Because when I lived in Tampa, I knew quite a few Buccaneers, and I'm actually surprised they make it to the field because they do a lot of other stuff off the field.
You mentioned drinking. Yes, you said there a lot of drinking.
A lot of partying. Tampa's also the strip club capital of the United States. It has the most strip clubs per capita. And it's like they have punch cards. It's unbelievable.
God
They're
bless
at all
America.
of them. So
Country's doing it right.
Are you telling me they have 9 lap dances, get your 10th one free, punch cards?
There's some crazy places there. Like, you don't understand. There's like the nice strip clubs with like good food. Except I got food poisoning last time.
You're kidding.
For my friend's wedding, like we did like a bachelorette party like 2 nights before her wedding.
Yeah.
And we went and we ordered lamb chops. Ooh. And we all got so sick. We almost didn't make it to our wedding. We all had the worst food poisoning. And we're like, the best part is it took us so long to figure out where we got it from. And why was this hard?
Lamb chop at the strip club.
It was like a really good, it's supposed to have like the best food. It was scores.
Michelin star strip club.
It was like, they have like a really nice menu, like steaks and stuff.
So if you get food poisoning from the lamb at the good strip club, what are the bad strip clubs like?
Okay, so there's one in Tampa, and I call it bullet hole bitches is what I call it.
Say it again.
Bullet hole bitches is what I called it.
I want that on the shirts.
It was the most terrifying. You would walk in and you're like, I'm gonna get like murdered, and maybe even by one of the strippers. Like, it was just a very scary, hostile environment.
Yeah, I'd love to know the real name of the place. It's probably like Diamonds. She's all get bullet hole bitches.
No, there was like Pink Pony, Scores, Dollhouse. The one I called Bullet Hole Bitch. I mean, there's so many. Mons Venus had they had like a UFO above it that you could go in.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Scheduling a trip to Tampa right now.
Yeah. Megan, I have an idea for family vacation.
You can take Harper to the beach.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys have girl time together, and I'll have girl time.
That's sick.
Okay. So, well, you sold me. You sold me
I'm
on
not
it.
trying to sell you. I got food poisoning, and the other one is scary people at it.
Question, can you eat lamb chops today because of that experience?
No, I can't. I won't go there for food again, though.
All right, so you picked the Eagles, and I did too. And I thought, of all the tragedy they've had in the last several, after going 10-1 and losing out, I thought they're going to show up. They did not show up. It was embarrassing. The Buccaneers, and you got to feel great for Baker Mayfield.
Oh, yeah.
The rejuvenation of his career is really rare for a quarterback and how he did this. And so the Eagles, God, embarrassingly lose. Jason Kelce, the center, maybe you've heard a lot about, of course, Taylor Swift. And you've got Travis Kelce, his brother Jason Kelce is the center for the Eagles. And the documentary, the Kelce documentary, is great on Amazon. He just announced he's retiring, and that's his last game. Great guy. I've interviewed him before. Amazing guy and an amazing career for a guy that was, too small to be a center. And he did a great job. So, Kenzie, 4-2 over the weekend. That's really good.
I think so. It's better than you've done most of the year.
Not really, but
Kind of,
why throw a shot in there?
No, but I'm saying you're pretty good. I'm like, kind of. You know
can
what
be
I mean?
pretty good without demeaning me.
But you demean me all the time.
I don't think you demean yourself quite often on here. I'll have you know that I correctly predicted the Bears' season records 3 years in a row. Just last year's the only one where I messed up. But 3 exactly to the point.
Well, okay.
I don't know. I wasn't here. I don't know.
Kinsey kind of nailed it this weekend, though.
Did a good job. 4-2. Pretty good. Although I lost money because I bet on the Eagles because you said to, so I did.
Why didn't you bet on any of the other ones?
I made money on Kansas City, so I made money on that one, so thank you. Thank you. I'll take you to lunch.
There you go.
The $9 I made.
Just a bit more money.
No. So Caleb Williams announced over the weekend he's going into the draft for sure. This is the guy's name you're going to hear about over the next several months. Will the Bears draft number 1 overall, grab a quarterback? It will be him if they do that. Should they draft him and keep Justin Fields? Rumors were persistent that if they trade Justin Fields, they can get another top 10 pick. They'd have 3 if they trade Justin Fields. 3 in the top 10 in the first round. That's unbelievable. We'll see what happens. That's going to be the discussion for the next several months. The draft is April 25th in Detroit. Chargers interviewed Jim Harbaugh over the weekend for the opening job. The Bears said that he was the Michigan's coach and they couldn't interview him.
Interesting.
Taking calls from California, Harbaugh is. Maybe would have took some from Chicago. I don't know. He played here. Big connection to Chicago.
It's just so cold.
I think we just looked at the price and was like, well.
Yeah, people were texting me saying, "What do you think the price is?" It's got to be $100 million starting point minimum.
Yeah,
$100 million.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah. Also over the weekend, on Friday, the Bulls Ring of Honor ceremony happened, minus Michael Jordan, minus Scottie Pippen, minus Dennis Rodman. Luke Longley was there, though.
Hell yeah.
He looked great. Looked like he should be in Fish. He looked incredible. But what everybody's talking about with this is when they showed on the screen the late Jerry Krause's widow, the crowd booed at the United Center.
Lame.
Now, he's dead, by the way, so that's another thing to add in there. He's dead. I did say late, but he's dead. And they booed his widow.
His widow. That is just disgusting. That's disgusting.
Completely stupid and disgusting.
It's just so inappropriate and classless. And I hope anybody who did that is so embarrassed and ashamed.
Now, if you're not in the know on why this probably happened, is because the Last Dance documentary came out a few years ago in the pandemic, and in that documentary it showed, and this is not new news, but the documentary accentuated the struggle between Michael Jordan and Jerry Krause. In fact, how Michael Jordan tormented Jerry Krause because of the decisions he was making, and it was they hated each other. I mean, I don't know if Jerry Krause hated Jordan, but Jordan certainly had disdain for Jerry Krause.
And fine, have opinions on what should have happened. That's fine.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he did put together an iconic team. So get over it, even if he didn't do what you wanted him to do with it after.
Yeah.
And then what I think of is how heartbreaking, his wife is a widow, and she's going to a night in which she gets to kind of remember her husband.
Right.
And how excited she probably was to have a moment of I get to feel his presence in a way. Or I get
Sure.
and then something that evil happens and you take that away from her and you make her feel bad. It was just what do you do? Why would you boo this woman on the screen? What does that accomplish? What do you...
It's stupid.
It's so stupid.
Anybody did that's a moron, and you should look in the mirror if you did that, if you were at the game that night. Because that's not anything that it's about. Let's do something more happy here at the end. Cubs convention was over the weekend, and the introduction of Shota Imanaga, the new Cubs pitcher, signed a great deal. And I'm going to buy a jersey based off just his introduction. The first words he says to Chicago were this.
Hey, Chicago. What do you say? Cubs gonna win today.
Yeah! He's so sweet!
I mean, this guy basically came over from Japan on a plane right to the press conference and obviously, doesn't speak English and just came out there with that. I want to run through a wall right now. Let's go.
He is so sweet. He just looks so happy and bubbly. I just loved it.
Yes, amazing. So that video is up on Q101's Facebook page, by the way. You can see that.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Bring me the horizon on Q101, Brian and Kenzie. So check in right now. First day of the week to get into Clash with Kenzie. 312-591-8300. Call now to compete against Kenzie in trivia. The prize, comedian Mike Birbiglia at the Chicago Theater. Sold out show Friday, April 26th at the theater, and they've actually just added a show Saturday, April 27th. Those tickets are on sale now from our great friends at Live Nation. Particularly to the sold out show at the Chicago Theater. Super, super funny dude. And you will be there if you beat Kenzie in trivia. 312-591-8300. Call right now.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
All right, great prize this week for Mike Birbiglia. Big fan, Case the producer of this comedian. Sold out show at the Chicago Theater coming up Friday, April 26th, and you will be there. Plus, they already announced the second show Saturday, April 27th. Tickets are on sale now from our great friends at Live Nation.
I'll be at that second show. I'm looking forward to it. I've seen him once before at the Comedy Attic in Bloomington, Indiana.
Wow.
Excited to see him at the Chicago Theater, one of my favorite comedians.
Certainly elevated to play a place that much bigger from when you go to the...
What's his shtick?
Very earnest, very sincere. You're not going to be offended by this show. It's a lot of philosophical, like, dork comedy.
Dork comedy.
You know how there are bands that maybe aren't super popular, but music critics love them? I think it's the sort of same vibe here. Is comedy nerds love this guy?
Huh?
But he's not. He's not Dane Cook. He's not playing a stadium anytime soon.
Why'd you say Dane Cook? Of all people to bring up, like in a stadium.
Comedian.
I mean, just...
Not anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
Listen, I love Dane Cook. I know he's amazing. It just seemed like...
there's some that are currently popular.
Yeah. You could have said Dave Chappelle.
Okay, all right. Well, he's
Bill Burr.
I think he's very funny.
John Mulaney.
Yeah. There's a long
I
list.
think he's a little like Mulaney.
Okay.
If you like John Mulaney, you'll probably like Mike Birbiglia.
All right, that's a good sell. So competing for the tickets is Joanna in Hickory Hills, who I understand has taken on Kenzie before in Clash with Kenzie.
Yes, and I lost horribly.
Oh, no.
Lost horribly. Yeah. Well, this is time for redemption. Have you been thinking about it since this happened and a chance to get revenge?
I'm ready to get that revenge.
All right. Hasn't been thinking about it too much,
I don't
though.
think he bothered her that much.
Her head doesn't hit the pillow every night thinking about how she lost to Kinsey.
Kenzie!
One of these days.
You said my name like Home Alone.
Kenzie! Newman!
Well, that's a different show. I said Home Alone.
All right, here we go.
Yelled out Seinfeld.
It all blends together in this brain. All right, so first one to 5 wins. Listen carefully, Joanna. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same with you. Call heads or tails. 1, 2, 3, call it.
Heads.
It is heads.
There you go. Off to a good start. Look at
Somebody
you
is
go, girlfriend.
Finally winning there. Let's see, Joanna, question number 1. What is someone who is, quote, making a mountain out of a molehill doing?
Making a big deal out of nothing.
That's right. Good job, Joanna. She's on the board. Kenzie, let's go to the same kind of vibe there. What do you eat when you accept that you're wrong about something?
Crow.
Crow is right.
I don't know why I have to do that. Just because you're wrong.
I'd love to Google why it is crow that you eat. Did someone eat a crow once? They shoved a crow in someone's mouth who was wrong one time?
Eat crow.
Eat this damn crow, you idiot. Something like that.
We'll find out after trivia. I'd like to know. It's fast.
I
Stick
would
around.
too.
I'm fascinated
I
now.
know. Let's see. Back to Joanna.
Yep.
Joanna, in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, what actor was listed in the credits simply as boy in police station?
Ooh.
3, 2.
Goldbeck?
I couldn't hear what she said, actually.
I don't know what she said, but I know it wasn't the right answer. It didn't
Yeah.
sound like it.
Yeah. Say it again. I'm just curious.
Garth Volbeck?
Not Garth Volbeck, no.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know either.
I don't know either. Oh. Anyway, who was it, Kenzie? Do you know?
It was Charlie Sheen.
It was Charlie
Yeah.
Sheen, who almost stole the movie
He's
for
great.
only being in it for a few minutes. Unbelievable.
My favorite Charlie Sheen things are his crazy interviews. Have you seen those clips?
Of course. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
I can't. Like,
Tiger blood.
The drugs in the house. Like, remember when he had... Oh, my God.
His best performance is him and Katie Couric, not any show or movie he's been in.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
know. It's unbelievable.
Been kind of quiet lately with that. I think his daughter's on OnlyFans.
She is.
Yeah.
It's weird that you know that, Val.
I just seen it through that TMZ
I
headlines.
bet you have seen it. His excuse was for knowing that. I've just seen it. That is not a good excuse.
I've seen a headline on
no,
TMZ.
No, you don't understand.
No.
I just subscribed.
No. Now,
Your Honor.
I should be able to get on OnlyFans for research for the show, but my wife won't let me do that.
You
What
should
do
be
you
able to
need
write it off.
I
research?
just want to see what's going on over there in that party.
No.
All right, what is it? 3-1?
It's 2-1. It's back to Kenzie.
Back to Kenzie. Kenzie, who was the host of Kitchen Nightmares on Fox?
Gordon Ramsay.
Yes, it is.
I love him.
Joanna, Chuck D and Flava Flav made up what iconic rap group?
Oh my gosh.
Guess a rap group. 3,
Flava Flav.
2. Any rap group? 1.
Public Enemy.
Oh, jeez. Got it at the buzzer.
There you go.
Public Enemy is right. Back to
Iconic.
Kenzie.
So, in some people's top 5.
It's in mine. Are you being funny with that? Is that a joke I'm missing out on?
It's okay. It's 3-2. It's back to Kenzie.
No, it's my top 5 of all time. Public Enemy, without question.
No, they're not.
100%. I interviewed Chuck D several times.
What did you talk to Chuck D about?
I asked him, actually, I brought up how he modeled his voice and vocal stylings after sportscaster Marv Albert.
Is that right?
That's 100% true. Because
Okay,
he grew up a Knicks fan listening to Marv Albert on the radio, and that was the style. If you
What
listen
about
to
Flava Flav?
Flava Flav, I don't know what anything about Flava Flav.
Did you interview him ever?
He doesn't. You know what? He was supposed to play Q101's Twisted Christmas. Public Enemy played. Flava Flav couldn't come because he was in jail.
God, every time. It's so annoying. He had a nickel.
That's too bad.
It was amazing.
All right, 3-2 back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, who is Homer Simpson's neighbor?
Okay, I feel like I'm going to say it wrong.
Well, you just got to
It's
answer.
like Ned Flatterman. How do you say
so
it?
close. Well, let's see if Joanna gets it. Joanna, do you know?
Oh my gosh, I was watching it last night. Ned Flanders.
Ned Flanders.
Ow.
He goes, Oakley dokley. All right. Is it back to Joanna?
It is 3-3.
Joanna, name one of the 4 remaining NFL NFC teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, not even going to try on that one.
We got to guess a team. Guess something, girl. 3, 2,
I don't know.
1. Oh, boy. Kenzie. The NFC.
I know, but I get these mixed up. But I think, I would say there's more cold teams in the NFC. I think it's like the Lions.
It is the Lions. That's
Okay,
one of
cool.
them. Good job. Kenzie's point is she just hates the NFC and
I need to
AFC.
split them up. NFL, one thing.
Shall I list them all for everybody?
Yeah, please.
So it's the Lions, the Buccaneers, the Packers, and the 49ers. So you could have got one uncold team, your Buccaneers, who were drunk all the time, to your point.
Yeah.
But still.
Always toasty.
So this is Kenzie for the win?
That's right. 4-3. Kenzie can win it here.
Oh, boy. What is the highest female voice in a choir, Kenzie?
A soprano.
Oh, crap. Joanna, you lost again.
Again, Kenzie, you're too good.
Oh. Stop it.
Oh,
Stop
yes.
it, Joanna.
Please save that sound effect.
Oh, my God. I never get confidence. I don't want people like curse at me and hang up. Let's give Joanna tickets because she was nice to me.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to that show, Joanna?
What's that?
You want to make sure you go to that show, the Chicago Theater. Mike Birbiglia, comedian, at a sold-out show at the Chicago Theater. Do you want to go anyway?
Yeah.
All right, we got you, girl.
All right, you're taken care of.
Yes.
You're going.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And coming up 20 minutes away, 8 a.m., it all starts. GTFO, your chance to get to Miami. What a day to get to Miami and week. It's going to be like below zero. So just like get out of here for a little bit. And you get to see Blink 182 in Miami, a trip for 2. And how about this? Just for qualifying at 8, you get $100.
Ooh.
$100. Like right
Money,
now.
honey.
I'm just so broke after the holidays. Like $100
Oh my
right now
God,
be
it's
handed to me.
ridiculous.
$100 would be just amazing right now. So all that coming up at 8. We launched it. It'll go all day, but we started at 8, and we'll be doing it every morning for quite some time, for probably a month, in different bands, different locations. So that's at 8. Make sure you're for that. Also coming up, before we get there, in 10 minutes at 7:50, we're going to talk about our favorite topic. One of our favorite topics here, a Chicago local topic, is the mayor of Dolton, Tiffany Henyard. Now,
Iconic.
we've talked about her brazen, incredible corruptness going on down there, alleged, of course. But her next thing that she did is so scandalous. You have to hear the exact audio when we'll play it here coming up, the news story from WGN in a few minutes, of the next phase of her career and what she's done. And the people down there in Dolton know what's going on, but it doesn't seem to be incredible that she's still in office. I don't get it.
I don't understand.
When you hear this one, you're going to really question it. And if you remember, this is when she was questioned by Ben Bradley from WGN about some funds she used to go to Las Vegas.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
We got some more audio coming up.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, about 7 minutes away from your chance, the first chance to get to Miami with Blink-182. Yes! Especially today, it'd be great, and all week. And then $100 just for qualifying. It's GTFO. It starts now, and it's going to go all day, and it's going to go all day for like a month of different bands, different locations, getting you out of Chicago in the winter to warm spots. Big bands like Blink-182. So this is it, coming up at 8 a.m. here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So our favorite local mayor, Tiffany Henyard of Dolton, has been a subject on this show for quite some time with some of the, I don't know what the word is to use. I mean, the way she takes the funds and people don't know what's going on with them of the city.
Stealing?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, she hasn't been convicted of anything, so I'm afraid to say, like, it's all alleged, it's all weird. It just seems impossible that it continues without any kind of resolution.
What's really weird is that it has been proven that she's misused funds.
Yeah.
Which I would think is illegal.
Well,
to use funds on yourself, so I don't get how that works.
These investigations have happened, like by WGN. We've followed these. Ben Bradley, our guy over there, and to your point, there's been no resolution completely of any criminal charges
She's
done.
Uncancelable.
She's Teflon Don or Donnie or Donette, whichever. But I mean, it's unbelievable. And there's another story coming in with it about her cancer charity, and I'm just going to play the story from WGN.
WGN Investigates has learned a suburban politician's charity has attracted the attention of the Illinois Attorney General after failing to file financial documents.
We've reported on Tiffany Henyard.
So that's where we're at right now. She has a cancer charity. They failed to file financial records. So right now, this is the next thing that's kind of weird. Like, where's this money going? Where is it? It's classic Illinois and Chicago, but this is in Dolton.
We've reported on Tiffany Henyard. She holds 2 elected positions, Dolton Mayor and Thornton Township Supervisor. She's used those positions to steer money to her own cancer charity.
Okay, that's the accusation right there. Steering money to the cancer charity.
You can tell by his voice.
That's not good.
Cancer charity.
Let me bring Case up on this one, too, because he found this story earlier this morning on that. Let's hear it again.
To steer money to her own cancer charity.
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm picking? Like,
cancer charity.
Kenzie, I would imagine you use that same tone when your 9-year-old tells you something you don't believe. It's kind of that version of it, but for adults.
Yes.
Were you really at the rec center?
No, he wouldn't go to the rec center alone. Don't worry about that.
I don't even know if there's an Elgin Rec Center, if there is one.
There is, but he's in 4th grade, so I wouldn't be like, where were you this evening? I'm usually with him. No, my son he's at the stage of like not understanding hiding something well. So he just says like, hey, I didn't break a vase upstairs. And I'm like, I just have to immediately walk upstairs. I'm like, okay.
All right, well, let me check this out.
Is this the broken vase that you didn't break? Cancer
What are the
charity. Yeah.
Use those positions to steer money to her own cancer charity.
Cancer charity. And here's what happened.
But how that money is being used is anyone's guess.
Which, by the way, is always with her. That no one knows how the money's being used that's getting taken from the city. I don't know why this still is going on. Here's more of the story.
I want people to know that I'm caring.
Tiffany Henyard told me in November she cares. Apparently so much so, it's also the name of her charity.
Oh,
Check it out.
So,
The Tiffany
I wanna know,
Henyard
pause it
Cares
real quick,
Foundation
Brian.
posts video.
so if you're confused by the sudden hip-hop sample in the WGN news story, the video to this is on Q101.com. It's on our Facebook and Twitter pages right now. They cut to basically music videos for her charity that show how charitable she is, and that is the background music in said videos.
I gotta say, it was a pretty dope beat.
Oh, it was, Chuck D would be jealous.
That's right. I gotta hear this again here real quick.
The Tiffany Henyard Cares
So good.
Foundation posts videos highlighting walks and other events that prominently feature the politician proudly promoting her cancer charity.
I just want people to know that, hey, Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation is here. We will help anybody in need.
She certainly may help some, but Henyard's charity has failed to file required financial statements showing income and expenses. WGN Investigates obtained this letter from December in which the Illinois Attorney General threatened civil penalties are imposed against persons who do not register with this office as required.
Okay, so she hasn't filed any kind of legit paperwork on where the money's going to and from on a charity. And that's a weird thing about.
That's a weird thing to say. We'll help anybody. Does your charity have like a vision? Like, hit us up.
Or just a general charity.
Yeah, like normally it's like we're here to help blank blank blank
Right.
blank 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 blank. And she's like, yeah, DM me. You know what I'm saying? It was good.
I got this city credit card. I can do what you want with it.
I can help a lot of people, you know what I mean?
Who needs something?
They call it a township credit card records, and it's more of the story here. I'll let WGN tell it.
But there's no foundation in the state of Illinois moving like we moving and shaking, grooving like we doing. Right? That's right.
Chris Gonzalez is the last surviving critic of Henyard on the Thornton Township Board. He and other critics say public money has been used to fund Henyard's private charity. They say board members were asked to approve a $10,000 payment to the foundation in 2022, days before a much publicized cancer walk from Dolton to Springfield. Thornton Township credit card records show taxpayers then footed the bill for more than $10,000 in hotel rooms along the route.
Neither Tiffany Henyard nor her advisor, Keith Freeman, responded to our request for comment, and the two governments they control, they have stopped releasing their financial records requested by us under the Freedom of Information Act.
Okay, that's from WGN, that story.
Wait.
That's the end of the story.
Why did they need a hotel? Were they walking? Did they stop mid-walk?
Well, listen, in the middle of the walk, you get sweaty. You need to grab a shower, so you stop at a
Walking
Motel
across the
6.
country. Like, why were there so
Forrest
many
Gump.
hotel rooms? Those are very drivable places.
Yeah, to be fair, Forrest Gump didn't even do that. He looked horrible at the end of that run.
He did look horrible,
and
you're right.
smelly, and I don't think he took a shower. So, again, $10,000 funded from the township credit card in the Tiffany Henyard Cares walk from Dolton to Springfield. A pretty good walk, by the way. Not super close, a couple hours walk, but they needed a hotel room somewhere in between. But again, meals, hotel, all for a walk for charity. What of the money that they took out went to the charity to help people with cancer?
So, Brian, just to make sure I understand this correct, because sometimes I can be a little illiterate when it comes to stuff like this. I want to make sure I understand the story correctly.
I'm not sure I like where this is going.
No, it's a genuine question. So, she has this air quotes charity. She approved or made the township approve a $10,000 donation to said charity, and nobody can figure out where that $10,000 went to with the exception of hotel rooms.
Exactly.
She is playing chess, and the rest of the world is playing checkers. She is on another level.
For her to still be in office with all these accusations of shadiness is incredible.
Seemingly unbothered.
Yeah.
Someone texted in, and I do not know how accurate this is because it's a text,
Uh-huh.
right? Like, I don't, this is, my source is whoever just texted in. They said that they believe she's related to the mayor somehow.
I saw that last time we talked about it too, but I couldn't confirm it. So I don't know. Someone said it's a cousin. I don't know.
But then, like, I mean, even if your cousin's up to that, like, I don't like my cousin that much. I'd be like, hey, that's like illegal. I'm not gonna help you.
You tell your cousin that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, it's a no-go for me because
Yeah.
it's super illegal. Like, just because it's your cousin.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, this is unbelievable. And to Case's point, when he just said it's so bold because she keeps doing it. She's going to do it until someone actually calls her on
I mean,
it. That's
she's
gonna,
had more than one WGN piece done on her. Like, and there's no proof of where this money is going. And most people would have that happen once and they would lay super low. And
Yeah.
she's like, well, what?
Yeah.
Cancer what? Let's get it. Like, she doesn't care. That's right. No one's doing it how we do it. Yeah, because most charities aren't stealing.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.